Hey guys, it's the 18th of May 2022 at I literally just checked, but I'm going to say approximately 12:30 in the afternoon. I've just had a bizarre experience, so I thought perfect time to pull up my camera and make a video. So I'm going through the list of psychology appointments I've got because I still need to put them into my calendar. And with work having more and more meetings coming up, I really need to know when I have an appointment and when I don't, obviously. And anyway, I was working my way through. Here's Mr. Boss. And I realized I had a psychology appointment and the psychiatry appointment clashing. Well, one was meant to start straight after the other. So I thought, I better check and I'll call the psychiatrist. And so I told her, the lady on the phone I just spoke to, that the appointment was for the 2nd of June at 3 p.m. And she's like, no, it's not. It's the 22nd of June at 1:30. And I was like, are you sure? So we went through and did the full identity check to double check we are talking about the same person. And it was, and it turns out for some unknown reason, because I don't know how it would have happened. Obviously, I've done it, but it's such a strange thing. So I had noted down that it was, like I said, on the 2nd of June. It's not. It's on the 22nd of June, the Wednesday. Anyway, and I've decided since it's an hour away and it's not really like I see the psychiatrist more as as like a formal thing because like I've said in videos before here in Australia, I definitely did not know this until I was told by my own psychologist, but psychiatrists are the only profession that can diagnose particular illnesses, one of them being ADHD. I cannot remember what the second one is, but that's definitely one of them. So I obviously needed the formal diagnosis. So the original appointment was like a full on, the first time you meet one. And sort of since then, it's more just, checking in, medication, where am I at, do I need new scripts, things like that, because I see my actual psychologist fortnightly. And tomorrow is my first one. So, well, first one since she's back, I guess I should say. So I'm really glad I rung. I'm really confused to how I did that, but thankful I rung anyway. So I don't know if like how many of you guys out there who watch me actually read the blogs on my website. Again, I'm going to say that is where like all of my stories are, and YouTube is used as a means to an end, right? So on saying that, now that I've hit like 101 subscribers, it's kind of fun. It's exciting. Every time I get a new subscriber, I get like, happy and a little happy dance. Um and yeah, I do. I like it. What can I say? I love making my videos. Even on days where I can't be fucked or I think I have nothing to talk about, I always usually do. Um so anyway, the reason I'm mentioning if you watch just my videos versus my website is because last night I wrote a few blogs. And one of them was about the fact that, well, it started off about Boss actually, because I took Boss to the dog park yesterday for the first time and caught up with Max, my new motorbike riding buddy friend. And we had, yeah, so we'd planned to meet up. But the time I got back though, like I was exhausted. I wore like two pairs of pants like I literally had leggings and track pants and like multiple tops, jumpers, and a jacket. Like I was bundled up like I was in the snow. But I'm getting better. I don't want to get worse. Yes. Anyway, I got back and was writing a post about Boss because he was covered in mud. When we got back from the dog park, I had enough energy to sort of like give him his food, and while he was distracted, try to clean his feet. It wasn't until he lay down next to me and rolled over for tummy rubs that I was like, holy moly, you're like covered in mud. And that's when I was like, oh, I'll write a blog because, it's kind of amusing in the sense that I live alone and literally, and I mean very literally, getting comfortable. And I am comfortable now. And of course, my coffee is cold because that's always how it goes. Exhaust me. So there was no way, given I've been sick for however long, it was the first sort of time out, that I was going to be able to bath boss. And I was sort of like, oh well, I'm going to make peace with that. I've been making peace with the dirt in my bed for a long time now. This just seemed very extreme. Anyway, in the post, I mentioned that I've been suffering from anxiety coming on at the same time of the day. And it's been bugging me because I don't know why. And then having a conversation with Max and the lady at the dog park yesterday, sort of, that's what anxiety is, right? Unrational fear of something or a feeling of dread. Like mentally it was fucking with me, but it was more when I get really anxious, I get very, very severe physical symptoms. So the pounding of the heart and the rapid breathing and the racing thoughts and literally and every time it happens, I instantly think of my family or Mr. X's family, and just pray, basically, that everybody I love is okay. And then I chuck in, please, make everybody okay, because I don't know everyone, but, this world needs to be risen up, high vibrations. And even though the majority of my family and I are not currently on speaking terms, it is for the best and for the sake of all of our mental health. I don't believe that it'll be like this for life. I pray to God that it's not, because I love my family. It's just that I need to get to a point where I'm not triggered so much by certain things, and my family and I are as different as chalk and cheese. So different, it's not funny. But yeah, anyway, I was writing this post about anxiety. And it led me to do something really dumb, but I'm hoping, and I say hoping because, unless I do shit like say I'm going to be sober for an entire fucking year, one sip, one puff, one whatever counts as a fail, those are the times where I know shit's going to actually last. And that is my 1 year sober challenge to myself for 2018, for those of you jumping on board now and have no idea what I'm talking about. Otherwise though, I do stuff like yesterday, my anxiety was so fucking bad. I sat with it, I distracted, I tried to read, I was doing all those wonderful things, going through every single thing in my life that I could think of. Unfortunately, not having contact with the people I love the most makes it really hard when you don't know if like being an empath and so spiritually connected means I literally feel what other people are feeling, and they don't necessarily need to be in the room. But I don't even know who the fuck it is unless they are in the room, and I know because I'm told something's going on. Whether you believe that or not is irrelevant to me, because that's my life. And there are many people like me out there, okay, guys? Like what we see in 3D isn't even half of it. And I'm like training to be a psychologist, so I obviously believe in science. Now, the last few videos I've made have been so fucking long, so I'm going to see if I can make it slightly less long one. I'm comfortable, my coffee's cold, but my intuition told me to bring me this, which I did. Finishing the point of my dumbness would be that I bought this. Obviously it's on my lap, which means I have had some today. I haven't had fuck all, but when I bought it, I used it and I was like, interesting. I don't actually really want to use it so much, so it's more I'm trying to keep it to like bare minimum, because I don't want to be a smoker, and just because it looks fancier than a cigarette, it's still smoking, and my lungs get really mad. I guess thankfully for me, in a sense, there gets to be a point in my life where my higher self just won't put up with shit anymore, i.e., first the ice. I mean, I, I didn't want to quit ice. Let's, I guess, clear this one up. Originally, nobody told me I had to. I thought I'd smoke ice forever and ever until I died. I also thought that I would die really young because I'd kill myself, but different story. But I mean, I'm always going to refer to my ego and my higher self, yeah? Though I am happy I'm now understanding that the intuitiveness is our higher self speaking through us. It's just that we need to listen to it, like me with my can of V. Anyway, quitting ice at the time, like before I sort of really got to the decision of shit needs to fucking change, again, all the wrong motives to begin with. But that's neither here nor there because I am fucking happy in my life. I have my days and my moments and my fucking falling apart. We all know this because I film it. Why do I film it? Because it's real life, yeah? And that's half the reason I don't have socials, because I hate the fakeness of it. But, so these anxiety periods have been driving me bonkers. And today I rang Andrew to ask him something. And I haven't seen or spoken to him in the last few days or whatever. Probably because, again, I've been sick. And I wanted to ask him a question. The question I wanted to ask is irrelevant because I don't need to share everything. Why am I mentioning this? Let me get to the point. Right, yes. I was talking to him about the anxiety and why it keeps hitting me at this certain time. And I think I realized what it was. Again, like I keep telling everyone, if you make these videos for yourself, you don't have to ever show anyone, but you learn so much about yourself. I'm so aware that I'm aware of it as it's happening, yeah? But while I was talking to him on the phone, I was saying to him, from what I can tell, right, as I've said, I think I mentioned this yesterday, my ego, well, just very broken, very whatever, this, that, and everything else. I'm going to try and stop calling her a cunt because that's not nice and definitely not showing her love. But, yeah, she's the fraidy cat, the deeper side of it. Now, again, pull back, woman, where are we at? Right, yes, so when I'm physically sick with the flu or a cold or whatever the hell it might be, I very much become like I said, I live with more than a dozen different conditions that are incurable, lifelong, debilitating. And on most days, I'm pretty all right dealing with it. I've had a lot of practice, and I'm getting to where I need to be. I definitely need to get a new walking stick because each day that goes on, I do feel like sometimes I feel like I could fall, and I don't want to, obviously. And I need to keep all the energy I've got for days like, say, Sunday, where I'm going for a motorboat ride with Max. Anyway, multiple stories happening as always. Bring it back, Olivia. Okay, so I'm talking to Andrew on the phone, and I'm telling him about the fact that when I'm really sick, I'm a sook, and I'm not even sure if I mentioned that to him, that part, but basically I didn't think about uni, wasn't worried about uni, blah, blah, blah. Soon as I started feeling better, and I know I've mentioned this, that feeling of I'm not doing enough, you need to do more, oh my God, you're never going to succeed, beating myself up, just like, it's like this kicks in. And it's hard to explain because it's like not a conscious thing in the sense that I'm hearing it, but it's also obviously not fully subconscious because I'm very aware it's there. It's just this feeling. And for the last few days, I've been getting up and then spending, I don't know, however long making videos, watching videos. I have to admit that the Debt versus Herd test, trial happening at the moment is got me in its grips. Like, I am pretty like, what the fuck? I must admit, I have no idea who I believe anymore. I was on top Team Johnny to begin with, having listened to Amber. Now it's very confusing. I think potentially they're as bad as each other, but that's not for me. That's for a court to decide. Anyway, my point being, I've been feeling better, yet wasting the day, right? And then because it's hitting me like around the 2:45, 3 p.m. mark, and especially when I see the school buses go past and the kids are walking home and whatever it is, it's this feeling hitting me of such severe anxiety that until I spoke to Andrew on the phone today, I haven't been able to figure out what the fuck is going on. I mean, anxiety is that we don't know what the fuck's going on. And yet I think I've worked it out, which is instead of what I did this morning, because I became aware of it, interesting, because I didn't do what I did the last 2 times today, and yet, anyway, see what I mean? You hear your shit, and you're like, I didn't know any of this stuff, right? Let me see if I can explain what I'm trying to explain in, a way better way. Basically, since starting to feel better, instead of allowing myself to just get to the point where I am better and just trusting my body and my feelings and what's going on, and allowing myself the ability to watch my videos, make videos. There are videos I haven't finished that I've made. I obviously plan on watching them all back. Now, don't get me wrong, I've watched the majority of them, and at least half of the ones I haven't finished. Fucking reflux. Oh, my mum would be so proud of how much of a lady I am. Anyway, so where were we at? Basically, not doing schoolwork and then beating myself up about it. But I didn't know that's what I was doing, is kind of what I'm trying to say. And I've been doing it for the last few days. And this morning, because I sort of, again, I set the intention, setting intentions is all well and good, guys, but it's really more helpful if you follow through. And that's where I struggle. So again, this morning, last night I did have a bit of a later in the sense that I think I was in bed by 9. I'm so growing up, guys. Maybe it was 10. Anyway, I did not set an alarm because I was like, at least I'm aware of the fact that my work meeting isn't until 2. I don't need an alarm for that. Everything will be just fine and it'll be all, So I got up and naturally I woke up. It was like 8 o'clock. I was like, oh yeah, cool, whatever. Did exactly what I did yesterday, rolled over, went back to sleep. And on a side note, I'm having the most bizarre fucking dreams, but I don't know. Anyway, and last night I did get stoned. I remember saying to Max in the dog park, and I think that's how I was able to when I got home. So I still had this fucking anxiety even with at the dog park. It was this heavy black cloud of fucking whatever. But at this point, not aware consciously of what the fuck is causing it, and experiencing anxiety, I'm sure all of you will know, even when you know what it's about and you can't do and you feel like you can't do anything, is real fucking shitty. But experiencing severe fucking, I went and bought the vape yesterday because I honestly thought I was going to have a full-blown panic attack. I've got texts as someone I was talking to, and I haven't chatted with this person in a little while, and they follow my blog, and they reached out, and I literally said in the message, I am just basically trying to do whatever I can to not fully fall into a massive panic attack, which is where I was headed. And again, no clue why. So I went to buy the vape, thinking maybe that might help. It didn't help, right? None of it helped until near the end of the dog park. I decided, fuck it, I haven't smoked weed in a while now, being ill, and I said to Max, I'm going home to roll a joint. And I think just knowing that, because it was not me, I'm going home to medicate, it was I'm going home to get stoned, that I believe took the anxiety away, because that was my fix for it, right? At least in the short term, yeah. So, and this is all me figuring it out like after the fact. As it was happening, as I said, I didn't know what was going on. But I came home, I didn't roll a joint because I've got a vape, and I didn't have the energy to roll a joint, and nor did I. The point is I vaped, and the point is I got stoned, and I was very happy about it, just when I saw how muddy my dog was. And like I said, I wrote a couple of blogs, I watched some of the thing, whatever it was, set the intention that I was going to have a good day. I am going to be calm throughout, especially since my appointment's at 2 o'clock. It's my work meetings online to 2 o'clock for half an hour. I really hope they don't expect anything to be prepared, because nothing is, because I've emailed, and this is all just, I think today is just actually meeting the people in Queensland. So I definitely had considered washing my hair when I had to have a shower, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna have a shower later, or a bath, so just pull it back, who cares. It's a meet and greet basically. Anyway, so I called Andrew today. So this morning I did what I always do, and then once I'd realised I'm going to have a bath or a shower later or whatever, I was like, okay, so when I get up, the very first thing I'm going to do is make my bed. Make it. That was always something I used to do without fail. And it was a great way for me to start the day. And I've only just remembered this as I'm saying it. Because I knew I couldn't get back into bed because the bed was made. And then I was like, I'm going to get dressed first thing. So bed made, get dressed, done, right? Then I was like, went to make my coffee, because all my school stuff sort of is in my room, and work and stuff, right? So it's all there. I'll take a photo. So I put all of that on that side of the bed. Went and made my coffee and took my medication, and then actually brought my medication with me, because I was like, it's really quite handy having it that it can come apart, and I need to be focused. See, when it comes to my ADHD meds, I still in my brain get like confused, because I was originally put on the dexamphetamine to keep me awake, to keep my brain running at the same time as the rest of me, so to speak. Whereas I take the Ritalin, not Dex, for focus, and yes, it helps. Obviously, there's a stimulant, whatnot. But anyway, I got up, I made my bed, I got dressed, made my coffee, I came into my room, everything was already here. Boss had jumped on the end of the bed. I went to do exactly what I normally do, which is pull my laptop over me on the stand and jump on YouTube, because one of my favorite things to do when I wake up is to check my videos, to see what views I'm getting, because I'll be honest with you guys and say I've got no idea how the whole algorithm works and how people find stuff, because I don't tag anything. Dude, what are you doing to me, man? Yeah, I don't tag. I don't do stuff like that. Like, I'm not trying to get YouTube famous, nothing like that. It's just me needing my dog to give me my blanket back. All right, buddy, hold on. These videos, like I've said, if I help just one person, that's one person help, you know? We're all just one people, one person making up the collective. But like, we're all together. He's just fucked me up real good. Sorry for all of that. Look at the bad angle. I had to get to see my pictures. Anyway, I got to... He just moved and took everything with him. And now everything is uncomfortable. And I hate that because it is so hard to get comfy, guys. And this is those moments where I'm sure people are like, edit your videos, Olivia. And I'm like, no. Anyway, this morning, I went to do exactly the same thing and then stopped. And oh boy, was I like, okay. I made this note to myself last night, somewhere, that I have to pick up my book of notes, right? So this is it, guys. We've seen it, yeah, like, and read. Not read the news, not read YouTube or Reddit or any of that stuff. Just start reading. So I did. And that is basically all I've been doing. Reading out loud to boss. Except for the phone call to Andrew and taking the rabbit out. And, just my father and his wife are in the country. And we're having dinner tomorrow night. So he was messaging me a bit. But basically speaking, I've been doing schoolwork, yeah? And like, I like making videos, obviously. We're all aware of this. I imagine that I might be annoying when moments like that happen, but honestly, my comfortability is so much more important to me. And on the days where it's like part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's like they need to be all different stories. Otherwise, like when I hang out myself and then have to start straight away again, I don't like that. Anyway, I have done that, and then when I rang Andrew, I was talking to him about this anxiety, what time it comes on, yada, 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 and I said to him, and this was the first time I said it, like, consciously, so that I fully, I think, realised, and that was, I think I keep getting hit with anxiety at around the same time. Because it will get to like, it's gotten to like, say, 2:45, 3, whatever, and I haven't looked at my notes. And regardless of whether I'm up, at fucking 8:30, which hasn't happened, 9, 10 o'clock, right, let's say, it doesn't matter if it gets to, say, 3 p.m. and I haven't read one single uni thing, there's no wonder my anxiety is kicking in. Like, I have everything I fucking need to ace my units. I have it. I need to learn it. And psychologically, I am fucking my own head in. And I know this. I just don't know why. But that'll be the topic for my therapy session tomorrow. But, like I said, it was speaking to Andrew on the phone, talking to him about it, that I was like, it's got to be it. It has to be it. Like, not only haven't been doing my own, right? And I know for a fact that if I don't get the grades that I need and want, it is because I haven't done what I needed to do. I know this. And I can say I'm doing the absolute best I am every day. And I believe this, but I can also call myself on it and go, 3 p.m. and you haven't even looked at a fucking single thing, let alone read one page. You're doing this to yourself, yeah? And I cannot deny that. So, it's only taken me 29 minutes and 37 seconds to fucking tell this very simple story, but I think I have really helped myself. Andrew, once again, you're awesome. I am so fucking happy with your friends. And you never have to. I remember everything you say, all right? Just so you know, all the helpful tips, I remember. Um, so yeah, but I'm feeling good today because, like I've said, I did sleep in. This is true. I also live with hypersomnia and chronic fatigue and another bunch of bullshit. So I'm not beating myself up. There are more than enough hours in a day for me to study and study properly and allow myself self-care time, time for me, time to relax, time to do that. There are. I can, I mean, yeah. I want to be the version of me that I see in my head. And the only person who's truly stopping me is me. Yes, I have a fucking bunch of conditions that make life a lot more difficult. And there are going to be days where I just literally, mentally, emotionally, and physically cannot do shit. And those days are fine. But I also really need to hold myself accountable. And that, I guess, is why I'm telling this story the way I am. Because I've been reading all day, except for the few things I've said, and I'm enjoying it. And not only am I enjoying it because I know I enjoy it, I pay a bucket load of money to be at university since I don't get student loans in Australia. I yeah, it's like I feel good. I mean, yeah, I guess it's interesting. Like I couldn't figure it out. I haven't been able to figure it out. I mean, last night the first time I felt at ease was, like I said, because I knew I was going to get stoned, and like I was going to say, it's really hard to be anxious when you're stoned, but that's not true because heaps of people get paranoid with stone, but that's not what I'm talking about. But yes, anyway, I've talked again for 32 minutes 15 seconds when I really had no intention to. All good though. It is therefore, I really hate doing this because you can see my hand and my finger. 1:03. I've got just under an hour. That's cool. So I'm going to keep reading my notes. And yeah, I'm feeling better. Not feeling anxious, which is great. I've remembered through making this video that one of the most important things for me for any kind of structure or to achieve anything is to make my bed the minute I get up. And honestly, I used to do it religiously and I have obviously forgotten. I think from being sober to then going the complete opposite the following year to the, like shit's changed. So I'm really glad I've remembered that. And also realized that, yeah, I was doing my own head in because I wasn't paying, as I've said. Grateful for everything you've helped me with, Andrew. So once again, thank you, thank you, thank you. And yeah, I need another drink. But thankfully, like I said, it takes so fucking long to get comfortable. I bring multiple in with me, so I'll just put the coffee to the side. And that's me. But yeah, I may check in later on after the work meeting for an update. But if not, I'll update tomorrow. Happy, what is it? Wednesday. Happy Wednesday.